Hey, what's going on everybody? Alex with you here again as usual. Thank you for dropping by for yet another chess video. What I want to do in this video, and some of you guys might be like, well, what is the point of doing it? And I will explain the point shortly because, well, it's interesting to me and I feel like it's going to be interesting to other people. I'm going to take the Chestnut Air right here. Now, the way that the Chestnut Air AI is going to be different from the DGT Centaur is the DGT Centaur has the stockfish already embedded into the board. You buy it, like I said, you get the stockfish in here. This board, the Chestnut Air, when you're playing it, it will be connected to your phone. Then the phone actually will draw from stockfish. I believe it draws it from Lichess, but it might be drawing it from somewhere else online real time, so it connects to your phone and it uses the latest version of stockfish in order to play against you with its AI. So the question of the day is going to be, I want to take a look at how this board fares against this board. I mean, these two boards, so the Chestnut Air came out, what, last year, this year, it's fairly new. The DGT Centaur is a little bit older, however, okay, and that was something that was on my mind. DGT has been known is a very reputable company. It's been making chess sets, chess clocks, and quite frankly, I have a lot of respect for the company because, I mean, the DGT company, they make chess sets for like the professional level and for people that are like grandmasters, they use the DGT boards and stuff like that. So we know that they know what they're doing. Not that Chestnut doesn't know what they're doing, it's just that I want to see how a DGT chessboard will actually play head-to-head against the Chestnut Air on the highest difficulty level of both. So what we're going to take a look is not only at which board is going to win. So basically I'm going to set one board to play against the other. I'm going to set one board to be the black pieces. I'm going to set the one board to be the light pieces. I'm going to put the camera close to this. And we're going to take a look together and see like which board is basically going to outcompete another board. But not only that, what I'm more interested in is what is the speed at which the computer analyzes the moves? How quickly are we seeing, the turnover, like when you're playing a game? Because I do realize that there's a lot of different speed, like there's a lot of variations in how quickly the AI will compute its next move. If you guys have seen the video to the Square Off Pro, or even like the Square Off Kingdom, it does sometimes take a little bit of time for like the AI to think its way through. I mean, we've seen that with chess up 2, and there's a lag. Not a lag necessarily, but the computer has to kind of identify which is its best optimal move from that point. So sometimes when you make your move, you sit there for, good 3-4 seconds maybe to let the computer. One of the things that I really enjoyed about Chestnut is just how quickly that turnover is. And that's hard to say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because the quicker the computer analyzes its moves, the less time it's taking to really go through all the variations. So maybe it's not computing at the depth that it needs to, but long story short, we're going to be taking a look at that speed. We're going to be taking a look which board's going to win. So if you guys enjoy this type of video, and I'm not really going to be talking a whole lot during the actual game, but if you guys do enjoy this type of content, I can surely make additional sort of head-to-head videos where maybe we'll set the DGT Centaur against the Square Off Pro. We can set the Square Off Pro against the Chestnut. We can throw in chess up in there and have one board basically fight the other board. Now you're gonna say, okay, so what is the point of this? Okay, that's the whole idea. What's the point of us setting one AI against another? That's not what these boards are intended for. These boards are intended to have a human being play against them, and they're not meant for this. But I'm going to tell you why I believe that doing this could make sense and could have practical application to it. Because here's the thing. When we're setting these two boards one against the other at the highest difficulty that both of the boards are capable of, these boards are going to be thinking the most thinking they can do, basically, at least in my opinion. Okay, we're going to set them at the highest difficulty, expert level on both. Okay. And if that's the case, we want to see what these boards are capable of, okay? We want to see how they perform at the peak level. Now, you're going to say, well, most of us are not at our peak level, and there's no reason why it would matter because we're not grandmasters. At least most of us, I don't know, are not grandmasters, and how they perform at their peak level, does that really even matter to most people? No, but I mean, think about the fact that like when you buy a car, you go out and you want to buy a Tesla, and they tell you, well, this Ford so and so here car is gonna have a 0 to 60 in 5-6 seconds. Tesla here is gonna have a 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, right? So you're saying, yeah, but I'm not gonna be driving you around in like a speeds car. Like personally, I drive very slow. By the way, I'm always very careful. In fact, I'll drive under the speed limit. I mean, I could care less. I could care less about all that. But everybody to each their own. But you're gonna say, what am I gonna do with 2 seconds 0 to 60? I'm gonna end up getting a bunch of tickets, speeding tickets. There's no, it's of no relevance to me whether it's 2 seconds or 5 seconds or 6 seconds. No, it is, because if it's 2 seconds, it gives us an idea that that car will just be a little bit better at acceleration than the other car. And yes, you're not going to be getting it at 260, but going around corners, going off stoplights, maybe in some instances where you're like, oh, can I make it in this time frame or whatever, your car is capable, okay? Or your car is not. So for that particular reason, it makes sense. Plus, even though, yes, we might not be performing at our best when we're playing against these boards, so there's no particular reason, but still, it's good to know if one board outcompetes the other board by like a long shot. Therefore, you would know that if you're playing against that particular board, that it's capable of a lot more than it shows you at that time. I think that it's interesting, so I think that this video is worthwhile, and I think that you guys are probably tired of me talking, so let me go ahead. I'm going to switch the camera over here. Hopefully, maybe I'll add a little bit of more light. And we're going to take a look. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to set these boards right one against the other, and we'll see who's going to win, okay? So let's jump in. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look. On the DGT Centaur, I'm going to place that it's expert. Hopefully, you guys will see it. Computer is going to play as black. So basically, on this particular board, the black is going to be the computer. And then I'm going to go ahead and press play. So here we go. Now, basically, it's my move here. And on this side, I'm going to put that I'm playing as black. This is the Chestnut. I've connected the board to the Bluetooth. And then we'll do a standard difficulty level 8, which is the highest it can go. No time mode, because I want to allow both of the boards the ample time for them to sort of analyze what moves they want to do. I don't want to restrict the boards and saying like, oh, the board may feel like it doesn't have enough time to think. It is possible that maybe I might fast forward some parts of this video, just because if I'm not talking much, then it'll get kind of boring. So, but we want to kind of see, at least in the beginning, like what's the response rate and everything. So we'll go ahead and get started. And hopefully there's enough light here for you guys to be able to see. So computer's going e2, e4, and we're basically going to replicate that same thing. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but right up here there's a little tiny circle, and it goes from light to black. That circle indicates that the computer is thinking. I'm also going to try to avoid getting the back of my head in the camera, but I know that's probably not completely possible. And basically what I'm doing is I'm moving the pieces as each of the board decides what it wants to do. As we'll see here, I tried this before. I tried this earlier today, and I actually started the video, but the problem is I forgot on the Chestnut I put that there's going to be a time restriction for like 10 minutes or something. And so what ended up happening, I didn't realize, but the time was ticking. And so when the time ran out, midway through the game, it hello, I'm sitting here thinking, there we go. Midway through the game, the DGT board lost, even though it technically didn't. But it just ran out of time. So I could not edit that video out because, here we go. Interesting. It decides to go ahead and push forward. One of the things that you'll notice immediately here is just how quickly the Chestnut board responds. I mean, yes, we understand that the board is linked to the phone, but how quickly, how quickly that board, compared to this one takes a little bit of time to think, but look at that, immediately. Now, how about this one? Well, we're looking at some unusual moves here in this particular opening. It's not something you routinely see. See, I made the move, the board is thinking, and it's not like it takes forever, but it still takes a little bit of time. Here, the Chestnut pretty much moves immediately. Look at that. So, I don't want to make this longer than it needs to. So at least on my part, I need to be making the moves that. And like I said, the only board we're kind of waiting on is the DGT one. Takes a little bit of time. All right, here we go. I'm just interested to see how these boards compete one against the other. Don't get me wrong though. If you guys hear screaming in the background, that's Polar Express. My kids are watching. A little bit of a Polar Express. It's Christmas season. Here we go. Boom. Okay, en passant. Interesting. As I would have expected, but it's part of the development. I'm sure now they're going to take the pawn with the knight. Or at least that's what I would probably do, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, take it with the knight. And then is the knight going to take the knight here? This is what I'll be interested in see. No, not really. There we go. Hopefully I'm not making any mistakes. I'm just kind of letting the boards play one another. I'm interested to see how the Chestnut Pro, because I know Chestnut Pro has pretty cool technology as far as adaptive, like their adaptive strength, and you know, it would be interesting to see how the Chestnut Pro performs against either of these. Okay, so we're castling. Okay. And castling for the white as well. Probably a good idea. Okay. And by the way, as you guys noticed, that both of the boards are working really well as far as like no bugs or anything, no weird like, you know, one move goes here and then the board gets all confused about what's going on. So that's good to see. So far, a lot of interesting stuff is going on. Okay, now he takes. A second. Oh, and I have to take here. Alright, I ran out of my SD cards, so I had to change it up real quick. So here we go. So the return is going to be take it with a pawn. Oop, sorry. Hopefully it won't get confused. Alright. Going back. Interesting. A lot of, unlike the higher levels, you see a lot of knight play and kind of knight repositioning. That tends to happen quite a bit until the knight finds a more favorable spot. Alright, here we go. So far so good. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the DGT Centaur board does take a little bit more time to think, as you guys can see, but still, it's not like it's making horrible moves on an expert level. It's doing pretty well. But you can definitely see how much quicker the Chestnut Air is able to respond. So much, like almost seamlessly quick. I mean, we're pretty much waiting all this time for the DGT Centaur. Okay, so we're gonna go here. All right. Very good. I'm hoping I'm not making any mistakes here. All right. This is going to be one of those games where if you plug this game into an analysis software, they're going to be like, no, this was a complete cheating game because whoever the person was on both sides were cheating. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. There we go. Wonderful. I can say that there we go. I can say that here with the different boards of different color pieces and everything, it just goes to show you that, like, you know, some people say when it comes to chess boards and chess pieces, it really doesn't matter. It's the game that matters more than anything. But in all honesty, I think that it's every board, every variation of chess pieces will create a totally different feel for the game. All right, take this one. Take here. So we're kind of midway through the game. All right, queen takes. Queen takes. All right. There we go. Mm-hmm. All right. My phone kind of goes dim after like 5-10 minutes. I don't know. Here we go. This is definitely going to be more complex than what the type of games I'm usually playing. But basically, we're seeing AI versus AI at the top level. Are they gonna do a rook lift here? I'm assuming, or we'll have to see. All right. Also, guys, whenever the score right over here pops up, pay attention to where we are as far as, you know, currently it says we're plus 0.97. And that plus 0.97 it goes towards the Chestnut, because remember, the computer on the DGT Centaur is playing with the black. Whatever is going on with the light is the Chestnut. Alright. Interesting that it would choose to go back. Okay. Alright. So it is what it is. There shouldn't be any slack, basically, is what I'm trying to convey here. That with the both of the systems working on their top level, neither of the systems should give slack to its moves or just, you know, kind of not do anything or lose time on purpose. Like, both the systems are supposedly playing at their best. Okay. Very good. See some rearrangement of forces going on over here. The attack is trying to take place on g5. There we go, the attack has happened. And I'm assuming we're gonna counter attack. Of course we are. Alright. I don't really have a seat around here because I have to kind of move around constantly and with the two boards. But there we go. Okay. Knight and goes here. Yeah, so pay attention, guys. Basically, the light side on this board here, on the DGT board, is the actual computer of the Chestnut. I don't want to confuse people. Okay. Yeah, that's a good move. Providing support for both the pawn here and the knight. Queen here is moving around quite a bit, trying to find a good attacking spot. Alright. Okay. A rook coming around here, maybe trying to attack the pawn on h7. Or finding a way to get the attack going there. You'd have to bring more pieces, of course. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, definitely trying to bring an attack sooner than later. Alright, so DGT is still trying to maneuver some way. Okay. Now we're taking the knight here. Okay, so time to eliminate, eliminate the possibility of that knight going somewhere. So I'm assuming, yeah, the queen's gonna take it. And there's no other good move here at this point. Yeah, okay, look at that. Queen moves in for the attack. So now we're really trying to make things happen. I find that, in my opinion, with the pawn structure, I think the white's doing better here. Oh, it is. Look, plus 2.07. I think that it's doing better here, for sure. What did the I was gonna say, I forgot what here we go. Yeah, I feel like the white's really pushing things quite quickly. And it's just positionally, there's more space here to kind of maneuver. Even with all what's going on over there, the black doesn't look like it can really attack as readily. They're more in a defensive position now, as you can see. And we're starting to see that, in my opinion, I feel like it shows that there's more strength here of the Chestnut is a little bit stronger here. I wonder if it starts thinking longer. I feel like the DGT has taken a little bit more time to maneuver their pieces back and forth, as you guys have seen. Yeah, I don't know if it was because it was really trying to find a way to get to the other side a little bit better, or sort of, I don't know. There was a couple of back and forths which I felt like was maybe losing tempo a bit. Because now, in my opinion, there's just a little bit better for the white here, a little bit better. All right. Okay, check. Take, maybe. We'll see. Are we gonna just liquidate now? Hello. So I'm getting too busy looking at the position that I'm like, come on. I think maybe they're gonna start liquidating the pieces. Rook take, queen takes, queen take. Oh no, no. Interesting. Okay, not really doing that. Little do I know. Okay. Ooh, that's an interesting move. Okay. Pinning the rook. Now the rook can't really leave. Let's quickly bring the other rook in. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe bring the pawns up. Okay. There we go. Well, is that a good move, really? I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, at this point, I think that the white is doing better. A lot better. Okay. Nice. Really forceful, really aggressive play on the side of the Chestnut. Really quite, you know, shows the strength here. Because as you've seen, like, Chestnut didn't make any extra moves. It was just like, okay, time to go for an attack. All right, so take. Well, you know, the move back was to protect the rook here in case that dark queen takes the rook, queen takes. Okay, we're still kind of moving with pawns here, holding this position, holding the tension. Okay, interesting. Now just trying to get some kind of a advantage here. We're forking the two pawns, but this one is just moving its pawns forward. Definitely not my style of play. Ooh, look at that. Very nice. Still pinning the rook, but moving all the forces in closer. Very interesting. All right, well, here, okay, a little bit of a counterattack here. Going in for the kill. All right, check, and then same here. Now with all the rooks and everything aligned, yeah, it wasn't gonna risk it. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. This is very solid play here, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I mean, those people that spend a lot more time, because here's the thing, this is the problem. If I actually take the time to analyze this game, which I'm not doing right now I'm just kind of actually making a video in a sense. So had I taken the time to analyze this game, I would kind of let you guys know as far as like what I feel as far as the nature of play. But very nice. But what do you guys think about the nature of play here? How do you guys feel about this game and everything? Do you feel like the Chestnut plays more like a computer? DGT plays more realistically? Like, what's your take on this? By the way, my take is that we don't have a whole lot left here for the. It goes back. Of course, it's gonna go back. Of course, it's gonna go back. I mean, there's no. It's gonna get a mate here. Take this pawn now. We're gonna start gobbling up material. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. What was the score? Like plus 15, or was that just my eyesight? All right. Yeah. Now the. All right. Plus 19. So now we're definitely at some point the DGT board was trying to hold its power here. It's trying to make things work, but now we're really sort of falling apart, as you could tell. Might take time to analyze this game later on after I make the video. Like I said, it's hard for me to make the video and think. I'm not like I really respect all the grandmasters and the people that do these chess videos where they analyze the games, because I feel like it's hard enough to make the video with actually thinking your game through and make the video. It takes a lot of practice, in my opinion. Wow, look at that. I mean, they're gonna bring the pawns in and really really kind of crush the king there in the corner. And I don't think there's much that can happen here, at least. Oh. See, I knew this was gonna happen. Just gonna push, check. And it still pushes the pawns. It's interesting. I didn't want to make this video that long, but it's still pretty cool. I'm excited. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, look at that. It's not even worried about this. Look at this. It's just gonna suffocate the piece right there in the corner. It's not even worried that there's a queen, a possible queen there to be promoted. Mate in one? Wow. I mean, what's the alternative? I mean, there's not much that can be done. Look, oh wow, look at that. Done? Are we done? Check. What are we to do? Okay, check, take. No, not done, but still very, very nice. Okay, that was the only move there. And then check. Wow, okay. Didn't even exchange. Whew. Okay. Didn't think on that long. And done. Done. Take and done. So yes, I mean, what do you guys think about the game? That was really cool. I could do more, but here's the thing. You could say, well, it's random. Maybe next time we play DGT versus Chestnut, Chestnut would lose. No, actually no. I tried this before, and like I said, I accidentally put on Chestnut settings when I put it in that we're gonna have a time game. I didn't see that little detail, so basically DGT lost because it was taking so long to think, and Chestnut was like literally like that quick. It was just seconds, and as you can see, even then when it lost at 10 minutes or whatever, Chestnut still had like 9 minutes and 40 seconds, and DGT ran out of time, so it was like 10 minutes up. That's kind of like how I am when I play against people of same rating to me. I take forever to think, and then I end up like losing anyways. But it is me. So, but even then, when it lost on time, it was already like 3 points down. So it was heading in the right direction, meaning like it was gonna lose. So, anyways, let me get the camera off and put it here and conclude the video. Well, there it is. That was kind of exciting, even though, like I said, I'm not really good at sort of analyzing games as I go, because I'm too busy like making sure the camera is working, so and everything's kind of all right. But that's kind of cool. As the conclusion is Chestnut overpowered DGT, and I kind of felt that was gonna happen because Stockfish is moving forward. It's being updated, so we saw that on the DGT Centaur the board still competed pretty well. So I'm not gonna say, oh, this one won, this one lost, and just go get this one. No, it's just that it shows how the two AI work. Now be sure to comment below, like when you actually look at the games, analyze them, and give me feedback as far as like whether you felt like one AI acted more naturally as opposed to the other. I felt like Chestnut was really strong, but Chestnut was like didn't have any going back or forth. It was just like, okay, it was like going for the kill, which is cool, because we set it for like the highest level it could go, But I felt like the Centaur did take like a couple of spots where it was like, maybe I'll reconsider or whatever. So that's kind of cool. It started off being evening time. We had a little bit of light. Now we don't have any light, so I'm using the artificial light here. It's one of the ways that, like, one of the things about the winter, you can't depend on natural light for videos at all. You know. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, comment below, and if you are interested in seeing more videos of head-to-head like other boards, I have a lot of boards. We can set other boards. We can set chess up against Chestnut. We can set chess up against DGT. We can bring in square off. Maybe if I get additional boards, we can do those as well. I can even take out that Kasparov little chess set and we can set it against one of these boards. But I feel like that wouldn't even be a competition. But you never know. You never know. Anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.